Okay guys, hello. Welcome back for another planner video. Today I am going to show you my planner system. I'm going to do like a plan with me, but this is not going to include just like a digital sticker book plan with me. This is going to be my functional plan with me. If you guys haven't seen my last video I uploaded, I think like 2 weeks ago now, I gave you guys a little bit of a look inside what I've been doing as far as functional planning. I've moved away from sticker kits as far as like my everyday planning. I still like to obviously use them and have fun and kind of like memory keep using those sticker kits. And so I will still have those digital sticker kit videos coming out whenever I get around to like doing them, or I just feel like motivated and inspired to plan or memory keep in that way. But for now, I kind of wanted to just show you what my functional planning method looked like. So today is Monday. I normally set up a new week on like Sunday or Monday. And so I wanted to kind of just do that with you guys. We'll see how this goes. This is my first time really doing this, any kind of video like this. But I did want to share it because I know I shared my functional planner stuff last week, and I just wanted you guys all to like kind of see the process, because I find that it's like working really well for me. The like merger of the digital things I'm doing as well as the paper planner I'm doing. So firstly, I'll just give you a quick overview. If you haven't seen my other video, please go watch it. I talk more in depth about like my system and stuff, but I have the 2018 iPad and the Apple Pencil. This is just a piece of vellum I prepped for later. And then I have a B6 Stalogy in my Moterm here that I got off of Amazon. So this is how I have been functional planning. This is literally just a notebook. You can like use any notebook you want. Let me get this in frame. Oh, there we go. You can literally use like any notebook you want, but this is the one that I've been using. I love the paper. And this is what I've done so far. So to catch you up, I did go ahead and insert a piece of vellum, which I'll do later on too. I have another piece I want to insert. So if you guys want to see how I slide these in and tape them into spot, we'll be doing that later on with this piece. But I did want to go ahead and get that in to cover up all of the past weeks and like private information that's over here. And then I went down and copied all of my previous to-dos. So I just flipped through my past weekly pages, which I'm not going to show you because it does have some like journaling and stuff on it. But I basically just went and like flipped through them and found all of the to-dos that didn't get done from last week, or I'm still like actively working on, and put them in this previous to-dos section. So I know what I need to like find a home for in this coming week as well. I also put down a don't forget this week. These are just a few things that were in the for next week section of last week's beginning of the week. So I do this every week. And so I took the for next week section and put it in the don't forget this week. Also did a quick brainstorm to see if there was anything else I wanted to add up here. And then I went ahead and marked down my for next week down here. So throughout this week, I can go ahead and mark down any to-dos that I think of that need to get done next week. So then I flip the page, and this would normally start my day on a page, but this week I am going to do, sorry, I'm trying to get there, that's like centered for you guys, right? Okay, this week I am going to do a day on 2 pages, and the reason that is because, in case you guys don't know, I am currently pregnant, and I was recently diagnosed with gestational diabetes. So before I see my doctor later this week, he's having me prick my fingers and keep track of my levels and what I'm eating and all that kind of stuff. So I want one side to be for all of the record keeping of that, and then the other side is just going to be like my normal weekly setup. So let's go ahead and do the first thing I'm going to do, which is just title all of the days here. So I don't need my iPad quite yet. We'll get to this in just a second. For now, it's mostly just about like figuring out and like prepping the daily pages. Oh, this sticky note is like so sticky. It has ripped my paper before. So, okay, so that is actually a sticky note I wrote earlier with a to-do list that I needed to make sure I got done today. So I put it on what I knew was going to be my Monday page. To start, we're just going to essentially date the tops like this, like I did in previous weeks, and do the entire week. So let's go ahead and rush through that real quick. Okay, so I wrote in all of the dates, and again, I'm doing a day on 2 pages, so I just wrote the dates over here on the left-hand side. And I usually highlight them or use like a brush pen. So I've got this purple double-ended mild liner that I'd like to use, but I'm gonna give it a moment to dry because sometimes this gel pen can be really wet. So while that dries, I'm gonna go ahead and tip in this piece of vellum here. And the only thing that bothers me about this is, let's go back and show you like last week's. So, wait, where can I show you? Oh, right here. So usually like Sunday, based on like the layout I have, would end here. Then it'd be a vellum and then my notes would start. And so here, Sunday ends on this date. And then this will be, I don't know what will be on this page. And then vellum and then notes will start. So I will maybe get creative. Maybe this can be like a review of my glucose for the week, since that's why I am taking up an extra page every day. Yeah, actually that's like a good idea. I can do that here. I'm actually gonna write that so I don't forget by the end of the week. So I'm just gonna write like glucose review and give it an underline. And whatever that means for me at the end of the week, if that means I want to journal, if that means I want to write out some of the numbers, or I have a doctor's appointment, I think on Thursday, if I want to write like notes from that doctor's appointment, I can write it here on this page. So, okay, that works out. So now we're going to tip this in. So the way I do that is I already cut it and I rounded the corners to match the Stalogy size. And I take this tape, and then in the front here, I have an old library card for a town I don't even live in anymore. And I just wrap the tape around the card. So it's like on both sides here. I get this all lined up. And I just kind of use the card to like wiggle that into place. And what I've been doing is putting one on each like edge, and then I'll turn the page over and do one in the middle. Sometimes this can be like the hardest part is just getting the tape placed and wrapped around the card. There we go. And then I'll just flip it. Take another piece of tape. And go right in the middle here. There we go. Okay, so what that signifies, so what that signifies is basically then the notes pages start here. And so I like to have the vellum just to like kind of show the end of my actual weekly spreads. And that's what this is. This is the end of like my notes section, and then this weekly spread starts here. Okay, let's put this all back in here. Another thing that I realized I forgot to do is normally underneath the date headers, I write the word to do like this. So I'm gonna do that really quick as well. Excellent, okay. And then I'll come back and highlight after we do my iPad stuff. So I'm gonna move this off to the side. We have that all set up now. And that's basically just like the layout of the planner. So I haven't done anything. I could have done this off camera, but I kind of wanted to like walk you guys through this. And now we actually get to like the planning portion of things. So if I open up my iPad here, let's see, you guys are gonna have a glare from my ring light, but I promise we won't be on my iPad for too long. So I'm sorry if you can see that. Oh, what is this? So I come in here to my planner, which is like a very functional planner. I sell this on my Etsy shop. So if you guys want to check it out, everything is always linked down below. And I have my month already all set up. This is like my monthly content calendar. This is showing what I want to get done every single week. And basically this is how I start planning out my week. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually just go through last week and cross off everything that got done and kind of move things around as I need to on things that didn't get done. Okay, so the only thing that didn't get done last week that was supposed to get done is a work wedding that I needed to post, and I'm not quite done with it yet. And so I need to go ahead and kind of move things around. The purple is my business, my photography and videography business. So I have to spread that out as evenly as I can, because or else I'll get really overwhelmed. So this is something that I've actually put off. It's been really bad. But I need to get that wrapped up this week. I also have other things I need to get wrapped up this week for work, so I know it's going to be a really, really heavy work week for me. Not quite looking forward to that. So let's go ahead. I'm not going to get this done today, straight up, know it, but I could probably get it done on Wednesday. That means I'd have to work like all day on it tomorrow, so... You know, actually, let's be a little bit more realistic with myself and move it to Thursday. I had another video that was supposed to get done that Thursday, but I'm going to go ahead and cut that, and I'm just going to move it entirely to June. So everything's getting backed up, which is fine. But I put myself in this situation, and then looking ahead, I just know that I'm going to want like at least a day in between there. But I'll reevaluate that when I get to June. So not stressed about it right now. Let's go back to May. Okay, so this is the plan for May. I think I can do this on this week. Let me take a look and see if there's anything else. This right here, it's not going to get done again today. Let's put that on Wednesday. And I think, so the reason it doesn't have a highlighted color is because I can't decide where I want to post it, but I think I want to post it on my personal blog. So I'll go ahead and highlight it pink. And then down here, this blue line is actually for this video right here. So I'm just going to do like plan with me functionals, like kind of what we're going to call this video. And so that needs to go out today after I get done recording it. But yeah, okay, so there is my week. I am gonna go ahead, actually I need this, and copy everything. So just select everything from this week. Copy. And there's this tiny little number down here that takes me to the weekly view. And this is where I plan out my actual week. And the reason I do it here rather than in my paper planner is because I can wiggle things around and take the time to figure out how it works for me. And then I just take this and copy it into my paper planner, which I use as my everyday carry, which I use to like write notes, scribble more to-dos, like do journaling, all that kind of stuff. So I like the fact that I can set it up here and take the time to like figure out how my day is gonna go before I have to like write it down on paper. So the first thing I'm gonna do is this top section here in my planner, I use for big ticket items, which are basically all of these things that are like highlighted, because these are the content that needs posted that day. So this needs to go live these days. It doesn't necessarily mean I work on it these days, but it needs to be up this day. So we can actually just erase this. So then when I'm planning out my to-dos, I can say, okay, this is supposed to go live this day. What do I need to do earlier in the day to like actually get it, or earlier in the week to like actually get it done? Okay. Yes, so erase this. I was just flipping back to last week to see how I normally write in my weddings. What do I normally say? Like what it is. Okay, I think this is 6-hour video only. Here we go. And then we can just draw a purple line down. And then I want to kind of center all of that. There we go. Okay, so Then I'm going to go ahead and, oh, I was going to grab my phone, but I'm recording with my phone. I'm going to go ahead and switch to my iCloud calendar here on my iPad and just kind of take a look at my current week here and put in any dates, like this doctor's appointment and stuff like that. So starting tomorrow, I have an online summit I am working on. It's just online, so I can do that while I work, which is going to be really, really nice. So I'll go ahead and mark that in. And what time does it start? 1 p.m. till 8 p.m. because it's on a different time zone. So I'm going to write that in so I remember. p.m. to 8 p.m. And let's go ahead and highlight that too. What if we just mark it with like a rectangle? Let's see. Okay, that rectangle did not auto size the way it should have. There we go. That's a little better. And we'll actually shuffle all that down to like later in the day since it is going till 8 p.m. There we go. So there's the whole summit. And let me pull this up. This is me just being nitty gritty about everything. About spacing and stuff. I'm such a freak about this. There. Okay. I like the way that that looks. So now I remember that's going on. What other appointments did I have? I have a doctor's appointment at what time? 3:20. Usually they're in the mornings. On the 27th, on Thursday. So write that in. There we go. And also I haven't wrote the dates in yet. So today is Monday, the 24th, 25th, 26th. Whoa. Wonder if my pen is dying. Now, to be honest, I could like plan all this in my iPad like I am and then just like stop here. But I really like having the paper planner. It just like feels, it inspires me to look at it and to just look at it on a daily basis rather than seeing the whole week, which can be really overwhelming for me. So it's just a system that works for me. But if you are like full digital, you could like do this and stop here, or you can use one of the daily pages that comes in here. So if you go to the index, there's an option, where's it at? Daily. And so I have these daily layouts back here too that you could totally use like in place of what I am using as my paper planner. But I have found that I really do like having like paper as well. Because I just like the feeling of that. Okay, so I think I've got all my appointments from my calendar in here. Yes. Oh, I should mark that it's my husband's birthday on Wednesday, just so I don't forget. I'm not going to forget, but, you know, just in case, let's put it up here. Perfect. Okay, now the next part is actually working on those to-dos and just like evaluating what I need to do every day to get it done. And this is where using the iPad is like my favorite thing ever, because I might write something on Monday and then as I continue to plan the week, I think like, oh, actually I should like shuffle this around, move this to this day, and I can do that with the iPad, whereas like if I was in paper, I would either have to like cross it off or like erase, and it's just like so much harder, whereas this I can just like use the lasso tool and move it around. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this in kind of like a sped up way, just because I won't be able to talk you through it because my mind will be going a million miles a minute. So I'm just gonna speed this up, and if there's anything important I want to say, I'll throw it in a voiceover or whatever. Okay, I think that I am happy. Oh, I forgot this has to go this way. I think I'm happy with this. I think usually what happens is the beginning of my week, like the first 3 days are jam-packed with to-dos, and then I kind of tail off by the end of the week. That way, so if anything's running behind, I can kind of like shift it back and have that space. I am going to look at my paper planner really quick and just double check. I have a few things that like this top item here, and a few of the don't forgets that I didn't put in. So I want to go ahead and make time for those things. So let's see where we can fit that in. So one of them is making a timeline, and one of them is the timeline for this wedding here. So, I should probably do this wedding like sooner rather than later. Like honestly, I should have done it today, but I don't think I'm going to have time to do it today. I'm going to put that I want to do it tomorrow. We'll see. Hopefully I have time. So, I'll just put that in real quick. Highlight that. And then the other timeline, their wedding isn't for a while, so I can kind of chill on that. Let's do it. Let's try to get it done on Thursday. I think I might have some wiggle room this day. So and then I also need to set up meeting. Set up a meeting with her. Okay. So there's that. The rest is on the list. So my don't forgets this week, let's put them on the list. The top item here, this can honestly wait until June. I don't want to keep putting it off, but I'm not going to put it down in my to-dos. And if for whatever reason I'm having a great week and have time, I can refer to this and know that I can get that done. But for now, I'm just going to put it actually up here. So sometimes I have this section called catch up on, don't forget, and all that kind of stuff. I just like put some stuff over here. This week, I am going to use this to put like a this week section, which basically is like get done sometime this week if you can, but it doesn't really have a priority. So let me put this top task in. also sometime this week need to deep clean the house because my mother-in-law is coming on Saturday and we need to get one of the rooms that she's staying in, which is technically the nursery, all cleaned up too. I have no idea when I'm gonna have time to do that. So it's just gonna go over here in this section here, and I will make time sometime to deep clean the house and to pick up the nursery. And then with that, I also need to install the window unit up in the nursery. And then bring over the air mattress so that she can sleep on that. Okay. Perfect. And those are like personal, so I'll just mark them in this gray color. Yay. Okay. So that's what my week is looking like. I think that I can do it all. Let's hope. That's my hope of every week, is just like, can I get it all done? Okay, so now we're gonna take this. Now that I've finagled it, I've positioned it, I've put everything kind of how I want it for the week, and I have this weekly layout of like the things I need to get done. It actually always feels a lot more reasonable when I can copy it over into here. Also, earlier when I was working on the to-dos, I made sure to include this, so I don't really need this sticky note anymore. But I'm just gonna put it up here just so I keep it. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy basically this section down here, and some of these appointments and stuff obviously will go in here too. I use circles to denote like that things are going live, which is like these items up here. I use dots. Let me actually just show you my. All right, I'm covering up personal information. You can see my key right here. So I use dots for tasks, circle for content or post that's due, a triangle for like an event, like something I need to do that day that maybe doesn't have like a time specific. And then I use times to mark that it's a timed event, and stars for important things or holidays like my husband's birthday. So that is my key for how we get stuff done and how we mark it in here. So I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna reference my iPad. I'm gonna speed this up so that you guys don't have to sit through the whole thing. And I'm gonna get this all written down in here. So let's do that. Okay, I have written out all of the to-dos, and the last thing I need to do, besides highlight these, which is more just for like fun, is to go ahead and format how I want to be tracking my glucose over on the right-hand side. I kind of have an idea of like how I want to track it over there, and so I think it'd be better if I go ahead and like write out that like chart than doing it like every day, so that way I remember to actually track it if it's like written down. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and just fill out this side here. It'll be the same for every day, so I think I'll just need to like, I can just speed it up and just write it down. So let me do that really quick. Okay guys, that's gonna be it for today's little video. I've got my week set up here with all of my to-dos, and then back here, this will be where my notes section is, and I just fill that out with any notes that I have. So let me go ahead and put this ollie clip back there, my pen in the pen loop, and I am ready to get stuff done for the week. So I have a busy week ahead of me, as you guys also saw, so I'm gonna go ahead and go. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. If you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.